Plaintiff Shane Foley was friends with the defendant, and soon after she moved in with him, they started dating. Shane claims after his son died of a drug overdose, the defendant was there for him, but he's suing her today for unpaid rent. Defendant Jamie Porter says a few months after Shane's son died, her 18-year-old daughter also died of a drug overdose. Jamie insists she doesn't owe Shane anything, and she believes he may be suing her because he wants her back.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
In April of 2019, well, Jamie and I had been friends for a while, and she needed some place to live, and I offered her to rent a room. She moved in. She was shortly after that, I guess, that my son had passed away. Passed away in July 3rd. He passed away of a drug overdose from fentanyl and Xanax. He was 27 years old. And sometime after that, just from the grief and all, Jamie and I kind of grew apart. And she had moved out in November of 2021 she moved out.
And what was the agreement on rent while she was there?
$400 a month, which she did good the first 6 months paying the rent. Mm-hmm. It was the last 10 months that she did.
So what months specifically are you suing for? Is this your list here?
Yes, sir.
From November of 20 up through August of 21?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, what do you say to this? You want to give me some background and answer about this?
His son died July 30th or July 3rd of 2021, and then a few months later, October 19th, which I had already moved out, so he's wrong with the dates a little bit, but I moved out before my daughter had overdosed. It was an unexpected overdose of fentanyl and Xanax. Huh?
Your daughter overdosed?
Yes, sir.
Same way his son did?
Yes, sir.
Within how many months?
His passed away on July 3rd, and mine was October 19th.
How old?
She was just turned 18.
Sorry to hear that.
She had taken a Xanax that was laced with fentanyl. And I knew she had smoked weed, but I didn't know she was experiencing pills. But so I had just moved out of his house, and he was there for me emotionally when my daughter passed. I was kind of worried about him because when his son had passed, he didn't grieve very much or really talk about it, and he just became cold toward me, and I figured that, I didn't know, it was just awkward, so I moved home to my mom's. And when I first moved in with him, and he told me he had a room for rent, I did pay rent for a few months, and then I had lost one of my jobs, so I wasn't able to pay rent, and we had become intimate in a relationship. So he had told me that it was okay and that he would take care of me, and financially I took it.
How long after you all had began an intimate relationship did he tell you he would take care of everything?
Probably a month or two. It was when I lost my job. So I took that as I didn't have to pay the rent anymore.
Sir? She said you told her once you all began dating, about a month later, while living there, you said you'd take care of everything because your woman lost her job. Well,
I don't recall saying that I would take care of everything. You know, we had a signed agreement for $400 a month, mm-hmm. and I thought that's what we would stick to.
Okay, and if it's signed, ma'am, the only way we can change it if you signed a new one. If you have a written lease or some sort,
yes,
say?
Sir.
What
yes.
page? Your evidence.
The front first page, paragraph 4.
Yeah. Why do you think he's changing now then, if he told you that?
I don't know. Maybe he wants me to come back. I don't know. I don't.
That's an odd way to do it. Sue him.
I don't know.
Sue you is an odd way to get you back.
I mean, maybe he didn't mean it that way. When he's
correct.
You know, I took it that way.
Maybe he meant I'll take care of it for now, and you'll pay me back. That lease came March of 2019. And you all began dating when?
It was probably July.
It was a short time after she had moved in.
All right. And after dating her, how much did she pay in rent?
Well, for the first 6 months, she paid $400 a month.
After you all were dating?
After we started dating, I guess it was about 3 months that she continued to pay, and then after that it fell.
Ma'am, he said you continued to pay for 3 months, so you couldn't have thought that your relationship with him ended your rent because you continued to pay.
It was once I lost my job that he had said that, and I took it as...
And you deny that's what you meant?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I moved out before my daughter had overdosed. It was an unexpected overdose.
Your daughter overdosed?
Yes, sir.
Same way his son did?
Yes, sir.
Within how many months?
His passed
Apart?
away on July 3rd, and mine was October 19th. So I had just moved out of his house, and he was there for me emotionally when my daughter passed.
Defendant Jamie Porter is being sued by her ex-boyfriend, who claims while living together, his son died of a drug overdose. And a few months later, Jamie's daughter also died from a drug overdose.
What happened to the relationship?
I don't know if it was the stress over his son passing away, or I took it that he just didn't want to be with me anymore because he started giving me the cold shoulder and going out on his own. And
Immediately after his son's loss?
he became more standoffish toward me.
After his son's loss? And what was the effect of you on your daughter?
Oh, I just don't, I don't care if I even get up every day.
Yeah.
I don't care.
So did you go to grief counseling?
Not yet.
Yeah, you should seek grief counseling. Sounds like you both should, because, yeah, I'm pretty sure, and I've never met him, don't know him, but what you describe, I'm pretty sure he changed immediately. Nothing in his life changed except for the worst thing that could happen in life.
Right.
And so I believe you should attribute it to that. Instead of causing you to separate, it should bring you all closer. So you should have turned toward each other as opposed to against each other because of a crisis. And that's what happened. People either turn toward each other or they turn against each other. So you all consider that, and because you have something that you can really help each other with. You all have both had the greatest loss that you can imagine, even more so than your parents, no doubt. So you all should be coming together and try and support each other at the very least. All right, and you have a written lease, ma'am, so you wouldn't have known, unfortunately, but when you have something in writing, it can only be changed in writing.
Okay.
So, all right, $4,000 is your judgment. Have a good day.
Pay me.
I'm sorry you feel that way, and hopefully we can continue to be cordial.